Hey everybody, John here from All Miniatures Great and Small, and we're back by popular demand with Flames of War version 4. This time we're going to be going back to the desert, but we're going to be playing early war. So we're going to be using the Flames of War special warriors and rules for early war and late war. Obviously our Flames of War version 4 rulebook. And our lists are going to be out of Hellfire and Back and Burning Empires. Jake's going to be taking a British Honey Company, and I'm going to be taking a Vichy Colonial Infantry Company, French. So on to the army description and a look at the board. Okay, so we're going to be playing a 1500 point battle. This is actually 1485 Vichy Colonial French Infantry. So we'll go in and tell you what units I have. Leading my force, I have a company commander and a second in command. Next up, my first combat platoon is a Colonial Infantry platoon. It has 6 rifle MG teams, 1 VB team, which is kind of like a rifle grenade launcher, and 1 command team. So there's 8 teams total in there. Oh, I forgot to mention too, my forces, for the most part, it's confident trained in version 3, which means that it's going to be hit on a 3 and usually passing morale tests on a 4 up. But there you go, that's my first combat platoon. My second combat platoon is a copy of the first one. My support, I have 4 stands of heavy machine guns. Next up, I have an anti-tank gun platoon with 3 25mm anti-tank guns. I have a Vichy tank platoon with 3 R35 Renault tanks. Next, I have an FT tank platoon with 3 Renault FT-18s and 2 Renault FT-31s. So these are basically repurposed World War I Renault tanks. Only 2 of them actually have cannons. Next up, I have my self-propelled 75mm anti-aircraft platoon. And right behind those trucks we have a battery of 75mm artillery. So there's 4 guns in that battery. Then lastly, we have a platoon of 105mm artillery as well, 4 guns. So there you go, there's my whole army.
Okay, so here we have my Honey Stuart Tank Company. Up front, we have the HQ and these 2 guys making up the platoon. Over here, this is 2nd platoon with platoon leader on the right, and 3rd platoon, platoon leader on the right again. And all these guys are rated confident trained. Over here we have our Rolls-Royce, our armored car platoon. They are confident vet. We have a confident veteran motor platoon. We just don't have any of the transports, so they're just going to be walking. The 3 big teams you see right here are MG teams, and then these 3 in the back are anti-tank teams. That's an American bazooka, but we're just proxying. Over here we have the platoon leader and then a light mortar. And in the back we have 18/25 pounders. They are fearless vet, and we have a spotter. And that is the Honey Company.
Alright, we have deployed. We're going to be playing free-for-all. So all platoons start on the table. Jake won the roll-off for being the attacker, and he picked the table side. Just to show you the board we've got, we'll go over the deployment. We'll start with my Vichy French. Over here I have my 75mm rapid-firing artillery, the R35 Renaults, a platoon of infantry. Defending this first objective, I have some 25 millimeter anti-tank guns. Jake has placed his range-in marker right there. Behind them, I'm backing them up with my 75 millimeter artillery, anti-aircraft artillery. We have another rifle platoon. We have the cute little Renault FT-18s. And then holding this far objective over here, we have the heavy artillery, a rifle platoon, and the company commander. Now over on Jake's side, we've got a platoon of honeys, his artillery along the backfield. Second platoon of honeys, that's the company commander group. Recon, third group of honeys, and then his motor platoon is hanging out in the back on that objective on the far hill. My other objective is right there by those honeys. So just to this board, just to go over terrain, is pretty straightforward. Nothing's too crazy. The only thing is our hills. These are custom-made hills that we built. The sides of these hills are impassable to vehicles. The only way vehicles can go up are through these little ramps. Some of them have them, the larger pieces, some of them don't. So it can restrict the vehicle movement. So we're going to go ahead and roll off for first turn. Jake, you ready for this?
Yep.
All right.
Please roll. No.
Here we go. I got a 5. You got a 5. We always do this. All right. Next up, 5 and 5. Okay.
Ridiculous.
And
no.
6. All right. So Jake has the first turn. Oh, and just to note, we do start the game. Everybody starts the game dug in and gone to ground. So it's going to be first turn, Desert Rats Honey Company. Okay, so just to wrap up British turn 1, there's no shooting. What Jake did was he spread out his armored cars over here behind this hill. He wisely chose not to press his luck against all that firepower. And basically scooted over his 3 Stuart platoons. So the guys that were here have moved here. The folks that were there moved over here. And the folks that were starting here have dashed all the way back behind here to get some cover. So it looks like he's going to be pushing this side of my list, but we'll see how that goes. On to French turn 1. And these guys are going to attempt to blitz. 4+. They blitz as well. Next up, these guys are going to attempt to blitz. And they're successful on a 4+. So they are blitzing. Okay, wrapping up Vichy French movement. My R-35s moved around the wadi heading towards the enemy. My heavy machine guns moved up. My smaller Renaults have moved up into the city. And then in my backfield, these 75mm AA have started driving towards that objective, where it looks like Jake is going to push. So on to French shooting. Let's see if we can make something happen. Alright, first up, my 75mm artillery is going to be firing all the way over there at those 1825 pounders, covering 2 if I can hit that spot on the ground. I am trained artillery, so I'm ranging in on a 4. And second attempt. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so second attempt. Alright, so the template hits there. So it's covering those 2 guns. It's going to be 5s to hit. Normally 4s, 5s because of the second range-in attempt. However, my 75mm guns have the rapid fire special rule, which in version 4 lets them re-roll failed to hits. So I'm going to roll re-rollable 5. So Jake, if you want to point to the gun, that one, nope, and the re-roll, nope, and then the next gun, got it. So you just need a save.
3+.
You're good, but they are pinned. Right, next up, my 105mm artillery is going to be firing all the way right there. And on a successful range in, I'm going to cover all 3 Stuarts and one of those guns. So here we go again. We're looking for 4s to successfully range in. And we got it on a 5. So it's going to be hitting the gun on a, your skill is you're hit on 4, which is veteran in version 3. So I'm looking for 4, and these guys do not get a reroll. They don't have rapid fire. So we miss. And then we have your Stuarts are trained.
Yeah.
So they're hit on a 3 if you just want to point.
This one. Yep.
Hit.
Yes.
Hit.
Yes.
Hit. All right. So it's firepower 3+. It's gone down since version 3. So top armor 1 versus anti-tank 3. 1 penetrates, 2 equals.
Good.
So he's good.
Penetrates and
Good.
good.
All right. So 3 up firepower for that 105 millimeter, and he's bailed out. All right. So just to recap, turn 1 for the French. I moved up my army, and my shooting was uneventful. All I did was I bailed out one of those Stuarts, the one in the middle, and I pinned down his artillery. But
Okay, so the Honey Stuart's getting back in on a 4+. No. And unpinning the artillery on a 3. Yeah.
well, see, that fearless paid off. I mean, morale 3+.
I'll still call it fearless.
All right, on to British movement.
And I rolled a 3 for these guys to blitz. Okay, so recap for my movement. These guys blitzed over, and that's it. We failed to get back in. These 2 sidled over to try to hit the little World War I tanks.
The Renaults.
These 2 are just out of range of your big AA guns over there, of them successfully blitzing as well, and they're barely within range, one of the Renaults.
Okay.
And then over here, we just brought up 2 tanks to hopefully punk out 1 gun.
Sounds good. On to British shooting.
Okay, so my Royal Horse Artillery is ranging in on trying to do a counter battery on you and hitting some infantry as well.
All right. So you're covering a lot. You're ranging in on a 3 up. First attempt. Second attempt. Got it. So we're going to figure out exactly what's under the template and be right back. All right, we have 3 guns and 4 infantry teams under the template here. So let's start with the guns, Jake. 4 up to hit this guy.
Nope.
Nope. This guy.
Yes.
Yes. And
This one. No.
all right, so 1 gun's hit, and then starting with this infantry team on a 4, he's hit. Just moving up. No. This guy. Yes. And the last guy. No.
I rolled a lot of 3s there.
Yeah, ranging in on a second attempt really hurt you. All right, so saves. Okay, we just double checked. The guns are a 4 up save because they are, these particular ones are heavy, I believe. So 4 up save here on the gun. He's good. The infantry, that's 3 up, he's good. And then the other infantry is good as well. But that does pin them down.
Alright, so we're going to put 5 shots into this from the machine guns, and then we'll put 5 shots from the other one into this guy. So let's do the artillery piece first. So needing 4s. So just 2.
2 hits there. Okay. And then the infantry team, this guy.
This guy. 4.
That's much better. 4. Okay, so Jake's distributed his hits evenly between the 2 teams that he can see. These guys need a 3 up save. This first team is good. This second team is also good. And I have 2 4 up saves on the gun. And you need 1 6 up firepower to get through the... Woo, it was almost there. So they weathered that fire.
Alright, 2 honey shots at long range into the closest Renault. It's the only one in range, so both are going to go on him.
Okay, hitting on
Fours.
Fours.
1 hit.
Alright, and what's your anti-tank?
7, I believe.
Alright, my incredible armor of 1 goes to a 2, so I need a 5 to equal and a 6 to bounce. So we equal it, so roll firepower.
4+.
He is bailed out.
Alright, so 1 anti-tank rifle shot into that Renault. It is just concealment, so +1. 4 hits.
Alright, what's the anti-tank on that? Alright, that's an anti-tank 4 on that anti-tank rifle. That's kind of scary. Front armor 1. So I need a 3 to equal, 4 or higher to bounce. So, possible bail.
4+. No, 5+, sorry.
5+, no. So, it bounces off his armor. Ping!
Sorry, this actually has rate of fire 2, and I successfully blitzed, so I get both shots. So
Okay.
1 more. Hits. Armor save.
Armor save, here we go. I need another 3 up. So
And
possible bail.
5. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
bailed.
bailed out.
Alright, so these two are shooting into the Renaults again. So we're going to roll them separately because each one can see different guys. So this guy first.
And they're all targeting him.
Yep,
Okay. And is it short range or long range?
short range.
Alright, so hitting on 3.
Hits. And this guy is a cocked. There we go.
Alright, so Jake's assigned his hits on these 2 active tanks in the back. I'm going to go ahead and try to swap the hit on this guy to the bailed out guy on a 3+. Let's swap it. No, so no more swapping for that unit. So it's a long range, my 1... Oh no, short range. Where's
Only
it?
the front 2 are short range.
Alright, so that's long range. My armor goes to 2. So again, I need a 5 to equal, 6 to bounce. So that's a pen. And then that is a possible bail. So let's do the pen on him, Jake.
Alright.
4 up. He's destroyed.
And then the possible bail on the other guy.
Okay.
He's bailed.
Alright. And here's the results of the shooting here. Alright, on to a quick recap of British turn. Jake, why don't you go?
The artillery just pinned down everyone over there. And everyone's fire went into the Renaults. 1 is left active, but you'll get a chance to bail back in before they have to test.
Yep, yep. Alright, so on to French turn 2. First up, I'm going to try to remount these Renaults, starting from there, going back on a 4 up. First one, second one, third one remounts. Next up, the important one, remounting this artillery on a 4 up. Got it. And then unpinning the infantry, also on a 4 up. Got it. Alright, then we check for unit morale. Unit morale is okay. I have 2 active tanks in here. That's the minimum for that unit to survive. So on to French movement. Next up, we're blitzing these Renault R35s on a 4 up, so they are blitzing. Next up, these guys are going to try to blitz on a 4 up, and they blitz as well. I made a mistake on the movement. They dashed last turn after making a successful blitz, and you can't dash if you blitz. So I'm going to be moving them less in their total movement to make up for it, so the distance balances out. Okay, just to quickly recap French movement. My heavy machine gun platoon moved up against that rocky outcropping. The R35s moved up to that ramp, or maybe go around, give them some options. These Renaults moved up to the wall to fire back at that armored car while getting some cover from those Stuarts if the Stuarts come out to chase them. Then over here, we've got these guys moved over. I made the correction for distance, so that's their final location. And these guys unpinned, but they're staying put. Alright, first up in the shooting phase, these Renaults are going to be firing at that Rolls Royce. First up is one of these Renaults has a cannon, so it's going to be firing 1 shot with the cannon, hitting on a 4. Oh! And then 3 machine gun shots hitting on 4s as well. So 1 machine gun shot. Rolls-Royce is front armor 0. The cannon will resolve first. It's AT4, so Jake needs a 4 to glance, 5 or higher to bounce. So it's a pen, and I believe it's a 5-up firepower. So he's bailed out. And then a save against the machine gun, which is a possible bail on a 6. No. 1 bailed out Rolls-Royce. Next up, my 75mm artillery is going to be repeating bombardment on those 2 guns over there. So I don't need to range in anymore, but I will need to roll to hit. So I'm going to be hitting him on a 4, and with the rapid fire rule I'll get to re-roll my fail. So I'm going to hit the one on my left first, hits the one on my right, re-roll for rapid fire, and a miss. So Jake, make 1 4-up save for that gun.
Which one was it?
That one.
This one?
Yep. And then because it's a repeat bombardment, you're going to re-roll that successful save.
Oh.
Fail. So now I need a 4-up firepower to destroy the gun. And we got him. And that is your command gun, so if you want to swap him, you can.
Okay.
Next up, my 105mm heavy artillery here is going to be repeating bombardment in that same spot, so he's still covering a gun and the bailed out Stuart. So to hit the gun, I'm going to need a 4-up, and I don't get that. And to hit the tank, I need a 3-up because he's trained, and I don't get that as well. Alright, so for turn 2 recap, the only thing that really happened was I repositioned some of my forces, and I managed to kill one 18-25 pounder artillery in the backfield and pin the unit again, so hopefully he'll fail his unpinning, and that's it. I haven't killed anybody else. Oh, I bailed out the Rolls-Royce armored car. So on to British, turn 3.
Alright, getting back in my Rolls-Royce. 4-up. No.
Alright.
Getting back in. 4-up. Yay!
Stuart's back in. Here's the big one.
Unpinning the awesome artillery. Sad.
No.
Okay, so over here, this infantry moved up. These guys are all staying where they're at. The artillery is useless this turn, and I moved all my Stuarts over to the side to hopefully try something, because I'm kind of stuck where I'm at.
That's a little scary. Alright. So on to British shooting.
Okay, so this guy is shooting all of his machine guns into your artillery piece, and the other 2 are just going into the infantry. So 5 machine gun shots into him.
Alright.
Needing 4s.
You got 3 hits that time.
And then 10 shots into these 2 guys. That was terrible.
Yeah,
I guess that's average.
4 hits.
5 hits.
Alright, so the hits are assigned like this. We'll do the artillery piece first. We have 3 4-up saves. Alright, you need 1 6 on 3 dice, Jake. Can you get him?
Yeah.
No? Alright, he's good. And then we're going to do the 2 3-up saves on this infantry. That's 2 more fails. There's the 6, so you kill him. And then 2 more infantry saves. Let's see if I can make it a clean sweep and fail all my saves. There we go. 2 more.
No.
Alright. And that's enough to... No, that's not enough to pin the infantry. You only got 4 hits.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright.
Okay, so for my recap on my turn, I killed 1 infantry team, and that was about it.
1 infantry team. Gotcha. Okay, so on to French, turn 3. First up, these 2 Renaults here are going to try to mount up. I'll do the farthest one away first on a 4-up, and the one behind him, no. So they remain bailed out. Okay, next up, these guys are going to blitz. No. Okay, recapping French movement. I pushed up onto the top of this ridge now that all the Stuarts are gone and his infantry's out in the open. So we're going to be pumping some fire into those guys. My infantry started moving over in that direction as well. And then over here, I'm staying put because I'm terrified of this Stuart assault that's coming. So on to French shooting. Alright, and since Jake is such a generous opponent, he's going to let me move these Renaults here that I forgot. The guy in the lead, bog check over the wall. He's good. And the guy next to him, bogs. Or bog doesn't exist, but he fails there. Next up, these heavy machine gun teams have gone up the hill. They're going to open fire on the infantry. They're all going to fire on this guy to make a distribution as easy as possible. They moved, so their rate of fire 6 goes to rate of fire 3. And there's going to be 12 shots. So we're hitting you on 4s. Alright, so here is where I distributed the hits. So Jake's going to go ahead and make a save. If you could, sir, please roll me some 1s and 2s.
Alright, this one. He's dead.
Oh,
Yay, that's the bazooka team. This one. Off to a great start.
Oh, no.
This is going to wipe the whole unit, isn't it?
Oh, he's good.
Hey, I saved one. This guy also dead.
Oh, no.
Alright, last anti-tank rifle. Dead.
Uh-oh.
This guy
Good.
alive.
Hey.
Somehow alive.
He's good.
And the platoon leader. Good.
He's good. Alright, so we killed what?
All
4?
the anti-tank rifles.
Okay, we got 4 teams, right?
And light mortar.
And light mortar. Alright, so they are pinned down.
Same mortar.
Next up, these R-35s are going to be firing into the infantry as well. They're going to go into that team. It's going to be 9 shots, hitting on 4s. So that is
It is
going to
2.
be 7.
Yeah.
Alright, Jake's going to roll me up some saves. Or some fails, please. More fails.
Starting over here. Good.
He's good. Look, that guy.
Good.
That guy's good. Maybe you just needed 2 hits on everybody.
I guess so.
Good.
I'm way better at saving 2.
Alright, so that balanced it back out there. You saved everything. Next up, my little Renaults are going to be firing. This machine gun Renault is going to put 3 shots into this infantry team with his machine gun, hitting on 4s. We got 2 hits on him, Jake. He's the only one within range, so make 2 saves, and he drops. And then this Renault, which has a cannon, is going to be firing 1 shot at this bailed out Rolls-Royce armored car, and misses. Alright, next up, my 75mm artillery is going to be firing right in between Jake's 2 gun batteries to cover those. So we're going to be ranging in, yep, right there. We need to range in on a 4 because I am trained. And we get it on the first attempt. And there are 2 guns under the template, so I'm hitting them on 4s because they're veteran. With rapid fire, I get a reroll. So we got 2 hits. So Jake, roll me up some saves.
Alright, this one. And this one.
So I need a 4-up
On this guy.
to take him out. No. Alright, my 105mm artillery over in that corner is going to be ranging in the same spot, using an observer over here to get to that spot. So we're going to range in. We need a 4. And we got it.
Both attempts, right.
2 guns. The one on the farthest from me is hit, and the one, oh no, yeah, and the one closest to me is not hit. So 1 save from that farthest gun from me, Jake. And this is a 3-up firepower, and we still fail it. Okay, recapping French turn 3. We killed like 5 infantry stands over there. We ranged in on that artillery in the backfield, but failed to hit anything. They're still pinned though. And that's it. So we're going to go to British turn 4.
Alright, bailing back in. He does. Unpin over here. Yes. And unpin the artillery.
Oh, here's the big one.
That was a huge deal. Alright, my Rolls-Royce team is going to blitz.
And they do.
Okay, these guys are going to try to blitz.
4 up. And they do.
Alright, so recap on the movement. All these guys fell back to this rock. Guns stayed where they're at. And all the honeys moved up and hopefully do something.
Alright, Jake's making his play. We'll see what happens.
Okay, so the honeys are opening up with 15 shots into these guys.
Okay, so they're using all their machine guns. Hitting on 3s.
Looks like 3 misses.
These guns count as unarmored tank teams with a gun shield. So they're getting a 4-up save from these hits, otherwise they are destroyed. So this one's destroyed. Next guy is destroyed. Next guy is destroyed. And the last team is extra destroyed. So that unit is wiped out. Good job, Jake.
Okay, these 3 Stuarts are going to do 15 shots into the artillery.
So using machine guns again.
Yep. Hitting on 3s, or no, 4s.
Yep. Alright, so you got 7 hits. Okay, so we've assigned the hits. We've got 4-up saves on this guy. So 1 failed.
I'll just roll 6 real quick. No.
No, you won't. 1 4-up save on this gun. He's fine. 2 4-up saves on this gun. Oh, 2.
1 6. Yeah, I got him.
Got him. And then 2 4-up saves on this last gun. Oh, 2 more saves.
1 6. Ah, so close.
Alright.
Alright, and then we're going 10 machine gun shots from these 2 into the infantry. This guy dashed, so he's not going to shoot.
Okay, so hitting on 5s. You got 3?
Yep.
Okay, so Jake has assigned his hits. 3-up save here. Good. Next guy. Good. Last infantry team is good.
Okay, so these 1825s are going to try to do something. We're going to do 1 shot into this guy over here.
Okay.
And the second gun is going to go into that Renault.
Alright. So we're looking for some... is that going to be long range for that gun?
I believe so.
Alright, so that's going to be
Yes.
4 to hit him.
So I'm needing 4 hits.
And then you'll need a 4 for the little Renault.
No.
Okay, the AT of his gun is 8. My armor is 3. It goes to 4 for long range. I need a 4 to equal, 5 or higher to bounce. Here we go. And that's a failed firepower, so, or failed armor, so firepower.
3 plus. Bailed out.
He's bailed out.
For the recap, Stuart's moved up. Biggest thing, we took out that AA platoon. We pinned down the artillery and took out a battery. The 1825s are still sad and haven't done anything. And that was about it.
Your other guys are cowering.
Yes, they are gone to ground.
Alright, so on to French, turn 4. Okay, we got to bail back in here for a couple of guys. This R35 on the hill on a 4-up. He does not. This Renault finally does, and the one behind him does not. Okay, next my infantry. They are going to try to blitz on a 4-up. And they do. Okay, we're going to make some bog checks for these Renaults. This guy right up against the wall, he is good. And the guy right behind him fails. So So scratch that, both of those guys failed their cross-check. Okay, recapping movement. My infantry moved out. The Renault just turned to shoot at those guns. Over here, I'm staying put. Those guys are going to hunker down and try to do some damage to those Stuart. So, alright, let's go on to French shooting. Alright, my heavy machine guns are going to open up on that infantry in the rocks. So we're going to be hitting on 5s because they are concealed. 24 shots. Well, not a lot of hits. I see 5 hits, no, 6 hits total.
Alright, so 2 on each. This guy. 1. I'll just go ahead and make that.
Alright, looking for a 6. Nope.
Next guy. Good. And the platoon leader. Good.
Alright, Renault firing 3 machine gun shots into that closest 1825. Hitting on, you're dug in, so 5s. So 2 hits. Make your 4-up save.
Alright, some saves. 2 saves. Oh, no.
Alright, I need 1.
If I get killed by a Renault.
1-6 here. Vive la France! Ah, close, close. If only it could have been a 50 cal. 2 of these Rifle MG teams are going to be firing up here at that guy. So we're looking for 5s. And we get nothing. Next up, 75mm artillery is going to repeat its bombardment. I need something to happen here. Right there. So I'm hitting them on 4s with the rerolls. The guy farthest from me is hit. The guy closest to me, reroll, is also hit. Alright, make me some saves, Jake.
Okay, this guy is good, but I gotta redo it.
Yep.
Let's just do that now. Good. And this guy
fails.
So firepower there.
Alright, firepower again. Got him finally. That's the one I needed to kill too. Alright, next up, Jake pointed out I forgot to roll to unpin with these guns, so we're going to go ahead and roll to unpin. I need this, so 4 up, and we got it. Alright, so I've got 1 guy's going to be shooting into that tank, and then 2 of these guns are going to be going into the middle tank here. So since I unpinned, I'm going to be hitting on 4s. So the 2 shots into this group hitting on 4s. Vive la France! And we got 1 hit. And then over here, hitting on 4 as well. No. So it's 18-9, so you need a 6 to equal.
6. Yes!
Alright. And then 2 plus firepower. Bails them out. Alright, recapping French shooting. Not too much happened. I failed to kill any of those infantry cowering on that hill. So it looks like I'm going to have to take care of them the old-fashioned way. I did manage to take out a gun, and that can be pretty huge. Jake's going to be making a morale check at the start of his turn for that unit. And then over here, all I did was bail out 1 Stuart. So I'm really feeling the pressure over here. I don't know how long these guys can last. It's probably going to come down to if Jake can take this objective before I can take that opposite corner. So, alright, here we go into British, turn 5.
Alright, so see if these guys run away.
Alright, 3 up.
Hey, they stay for some reason.
Alright.
4 plus to get back in. Yeah, it does a rat.
And then unpin your artillery.
Oh, yeah.
3 up.
No,
they still pinned. Well, at least you didn't roll that for the morale check.
I mean, they can't do anything anyway. Okay, movement recap. Just shuffled the Stuarts around, getting ready to hopefully try to steal the objective away.
Okay.
Nothing for the sad platoon. And these guys are just staying where they're at and trying not to die.
So now they're gone to ground.
Yes. Okay. Alright, so all machine guns into this guy.
Alright, 15 shots, hitting on 4s.
Nice. 4 misses.
It's 11 hits. Scary. Okay, Jake has assigned his hits thusly. So this gun, 4 saves. 4 up. So that's 3 saves. Can you get a 6 out of that?
Ah, so close.
4 hits on this gun. 4 up saves. So 3 more chances for that 6.
Come on, 1-6. Ah, it's killing me.
And then 3 hits on this guy. 4 up saves. There we go. 1 more. Here's where you're going to get your 6.
This is I get it. Ah,
But I think you might have pinned them down.
yes. Okay, so 15 shots into the artillery again.
Looking for 4s. That looks a lot better for me.
That was pretty bad. Oh man, that was horrible.
4 hits?
Yes. It was the opposite of what I rolled last.
Alright, we'll sign the hits, be right back. Alright, time to make some saves here. So I need 4 up saves. 2 hits on this guy. He's good. 1 hit on this guy. He's good. And 1 hit on this gun. And he's good. Next up, the assault phase. These Stuarts are assaulting, so we'll go to defensive fire. Okay, so for defensive fire, my infantry can't hurt Jake's tanks, but these 2 guns can. So that's going to be 2 shots hitting on 4s, normally 3s plus 1 because I am pinned down. So we got 1 hit at 18-9 versus your side armor 2, so we go straight to firepower. And we'll double check the firepower, but I think that's a destroyed Stuart. And they are 2 plus firepower, so that's 1 destroyed Stuart. So now, Jake, you have 2 rolls here. You're hitting on
this guy
4s.
misses, and this guy misses.
Alright. Okay, so I need to roll for counterattack. So I need 4 up because I am confident. And I got it. Okay, so I was able to get 5 teams into contact with the Stuarts. So we're going to roll. We're just going to go up here. I'm hitting on 4s. So bottom to top. Miss. 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 1 hit. And 1 hit. Alright, Jake, so give me 1 save. Which tank do you want to take that on? Oh, I guess it was up here.
Isn't it harder for this guy to hit?
Nope, because he's the company commander. He gets a +1.
Oh, okay.
So it's this tank.
This guy?
Yep.
Good.
He's good. Alright, so you make a test to counterattack on a 4+. You're good. And then 2 more swings.
This guy kills
So you
one.
kill 1.
And this guy kills one.
Well, that's better. A lot better than your first round.
Yes.
So I rolled a counterattack, and my company commander is there for the reroll, and I fail, so I have to break off. Okay, so these 2 guns are also destroyed, and then Jake consolidates. Alright, Jake's moving into contact here with this 2nd platoon of Stuarts. He's assaulting. This gun's going to get defensive fire, though. He's going to try to punk out the guy in the middle. Hitting on 4s, and that's a miss. So Jake, this guy I think needs a bog check, or cross check, sorry.
Yep.
We've been saying bog check, but it's cross check in version 4. And he fails, so he just scooted him back 2 inches. He's not anything, he's just out for right now. Alright, so then you get 2 swings.
Alright, so this guy. Nope. And this guy. No.
You're whispering again. Okay, French rolling to counterattack. 4 up. Nope. Nope. So they gotta fall back too. Okay, so Jake wins, so I had to fall back outside of 6. The immobile gun obviously cannot do that, so it is destroyed, and Jake can consolidate. Alright, so that's the end of the assault phase. Jake, you want to...
Alright, so 1 18 25-pounder shot into this Renault. Needing a 4.
And Jake's doing this out of sequence, but I'm a nice guy, so I'll let him.
Hits. And you're what, 1 or 0?
1.
Okay,
Armor
so
1.
firepower. Got him.
Alright, so he is destroyed. And now Jake can give us a recap.
Yay, so my 1825 pounder finally killed something. That's the only thing they've done the entire game. These guys just stayed quiet over here, and the Stuarts launched an assault on the objective and are doing well.
Okay, so on to French turn 5, I think. Alright, start of the French turn. I'm going to try to bail back in this R35 on a 4-up. He's back. He's going to try to bail back in on a 4-up. He is not.
Poor guy.
And that's it. On to French movement. Next up, we're unpinning these guys on a 4-up. And the company commander. They are unpinned. This infantry is going to try to blitz on a 4-up. And they do not. Alright, these guys are going to try to dig in. And they do not. That's not good. Alright, movement recap. Those guys are staying put. Over here, my infantry moved forward. They failed the blitz, but they're moving up. These guys stayed put to put more fire over here, so hopefully we can take some of these guys out. Alright, first in the shooting phase, 4 heavy machine guns, 24 shots into this infantry. Hitting on 6s because I believe you did not shoot, correct?
Yep.
Alright. Looks like we got 6.
Alright, so 2 on each. This guy. Good. This guy. 1 possible. I'll just go ahead and roll that.
Here we go, 6. No.
And the guy in the back. Good.
Next up, these 3 R35s are firing into the same infantry. Hitting on 6s. That's 2 hits.
Okay.
We'll go to those 2 front guys.
This guy. Possible. And this guy. Good.
Alright, so 4 up. Got him. Alright, next up, my 75mm artillery is going to be firing all the way over here onto that guy. So we're going to range in on a 4 up. Second attempt. Got it. So normally I would hit you on a 4, so that's going to go 5. We've got 2 teams under here. How many of the cars are under?
Just 2.
Okay, so this infantry team on a 5, the command team on a 5, the CS9 armored car on a 5, and the Rolls Royce on a 5.
Alright, so we got 1 hit on the Rolls Royce. Good.
Okay, quick recap for the French turn. I moved up, I managed to kill 1 infantry team, taking them to 2, so they're going to be testing. And that's pretty much it. I think I whiffed with everything else. These guys aren't long for this earth over here, so I'm hoping to take some points off Jake before I lose. So we'll see what happens. So on to British turn 6.
Alright, so morale test on these guys. They leave. And morale test on these guns. They leave also.
Excellent. And he was looking for a 3 up on those guns because they were fearless. So that's down 2 platoons. Yay!
Alright, so recapping the movement. The cars moved back to hide and hold the objective. And these guys just shuffled around here.
Okay.
We're going to do 2 cross checks. This guy first. No. And this guy. No. Okay, so these 2 tanks are shooting at this guy, and then this one can't see him, unfortunately, so he's just going into these guys. So he'll need 5s to hit, and these 2 will need 4s to hit.
Okay.
So we'll do the 5s first. Nothing. And then the 4s over here. Great, only 4 hits.
Okay, Jake assigned his hits like this. So 3 up save here. He's dead. 3 up save for the, I think that's the 2 IC. He's good. 3 up save for this infantry team who counts as being in bulletproof cover. He's good. And then this infantry team as well, and he's good.
Alright, so kind of same deal over here. So this Stuart can see him, so he's hitting on 4s. So 4 hits.
Well, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And then these other guys are needing 5s. 3 hits.
Okay, we saw all the allocation. We ended up with 2 hits on that guy and 1 hit on everybody else. So the 2 hits out here, any failure in this dude will be dead. And he is dead. And then here we'll go down the line with the infantry. This guy is good. The platoon commander has failed.
6. Nope.
Nope, he's good. This infantry team is good. This company commander is good.
Come on, give me 1.
And this 2IC is good. But they are pinned.
Yes. Alright, 10 more machine gun shots from these 2 needing 4s. Pretty close to average. 6 hits.
Okay. Alright, so we've assigned the hits here. This guy needs a 3-up. Come on, 2IC. Oh, he's dead. Then 2 hits here on the company commander. 3-ups. So 1 4-up firepower.
Actually, it's a machine gun. So
Oh, it's
6.
machine gun.
Yo, got him.
Alright, and then 4-up to see if you kill him or he swaps.
Nope.
So he's going to swap here. Let's see if he fails again.
Kill him again.
3-up. He's good. This team is good. And then the platoon commander is good. But now that platoon is down to just 2 teams. So that's not good.
Okay, so my honey Stuarts are going in. Cross-check on this guy. He makes it. And we pre-measured this, so they got enough room. And this guy...
And you need a 3-up to pass these cross-checks.
No.
So he stops where he touches the terrain. And then the next guy. Or is he within 4 of someone?
He's not within 4 of anyone.
Okay. Alright, so you got 1 swing there, Jake. On a 4-up, you kill a guy.
Got one.
Alright. And then we roll to counterattack, which we can, but I might break off. We'll see here if I can. No, you know what? We're going to counterattack. We're going to try to make you run. 2 swings, hitting you on 4s. So we got 1.
Right.
I can't hurt you. Well, I guess if you roll
I roll
1.
one, yeah.
Nope,
Nope.
you're good. But make a morale check to counterattack.
No, we're scared of that guy.
Alright, so you make a move off, and then I can consolidate. Alright, so I managed to consolidate right here, which gets me outside of assault range for these guys and these guys, and those guys fell back. So I'm alive for 1 more turn. We'll see how it goes. Okay, starting French turn 6. First thing we're going to do is this platoon here, which is just this 1 command stand, and we're going to roll to see if he sticks around on a 4-up. He does not. And I'm not going to attach my company commander. You know what? I will. I will. Because either way, I'm going to lose this next turn. So 4-up. They... Discretion is a better part of valor. They run away. So Jake's going to win that no matter what next turn, but let's see what I can do over here. Alright, so movement was very simple. This infantry platoon moved up. I've got 2 guys that can possibly charge those scout cars. Everybody else moved up, but it's pretty much useless. So what we got here, we got 2 guys shooting. That's 2 shots. We'll go into a Rolls Royce. And we hit you once. And you're front armor 1 or 0?
0.
Alright, so AT2. So give me 1. Nope,
Nope.
You're good. Alright, and then we're going to go straight to the assault phase. These guys are going to assault Jake, so if you want to do 9 shots of defensive fire, hitting me on 4s.
Yep. Didn't pin you.
Alright, so you got 4 hits. 2 on here, 2 on here. Now we have been treating this as bulletproof cover, but I'll have to check to see if bulletproof cover is still granted during a charge. It might not be, but let's see. So here we got 2 saves on this guy. He's good. And 2 saves on this guy. He's good. So we don't have to look that up. And then we're just going to go ahead and move in. And move in. So I'm going to get 2 swings at you, Jake.
Yep.
Hitting you on 4s. And I get nothing. Okay, make a roll for counterattack on a 4-up. So
Nope.
they have to break off. But you've got plenty of room to break off, so I don't think we have any problem.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think with that, I was just farming for another dead platoon, but I wasn't able to do that. With Jake in the position he is, with 8 Honey Stuarts over here and no Frenchmen, we're going to call the game. So congratulations, Jake. You win.
Thank you.
Good game. Good game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and clean up the table and then go into post-game show. Alright, so there you go, guys. It's a 7-2 victory for the Honey Stuart Company. Jake pretty handily wiped out my force. Jake, what do you think of the battle?
It was pretty fun. I like playing in the desert. I was surprised on how good your artillery was.
Yeah, French are known for their good artillery. They have decent artillery.
What is that special rule? Rapid fire, right, on those guys?
Yep.
Yeah, that's really scary.
Now, as long as they have 4 guns, you re-roll misses. So that is nice. But all you need to do is kill 1 gun to stop that special rule from working.
Yeah, my poor Royal Horse Artillery didn't do a single thing. They killed this 1 tank.
Yeah, well, they pinned those guys down over here for 1 turn. But yeah, your artillery didn't do much. Your scout cars really didn't do much.
Yeah, they just held the objective. But I'd say they did more than the artillery did.
And
I think the roll in the beginning was really helpful for you for getting the 2nd turn, because we both had very good artillery.
yeah, but even then, if you got the 1st turn, at best you could pin down 1 of my 2 artillery batteries. So what would you say is your MVP for this battle?
MVP... probably one of the Stuart units, since they're really the only guys who did anything.
Well, they did do pretty good. So what would you do different in hindsight in this battle?
You know, I'm not sure exactly.
Everything was perfect for you?
I probably just would have... It's not the most exciting thing to do, but I probably would have just kept my infantry on this hill and just waited for you to slowly blast me out of it. But I just wanted to move up to try to support these cars, but I keep forgetting that heavy machine guns now are 8-inch movement, which is pretty crazy for them.
So, yeah, I think that was a mistake, was bringing out those infantry off the hill, and then you lost like 5 guys in 1 turn.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That was like my high point, maybe.
What would you do differently?
Well, I think on deployment I messed up. Over here, I put too much anti-tank. I should have had these guys over here from the get-go.
Yeah, I was. As soon as I put my honeys there and I saw all of that, I knew I wasn't going to go over that hill anymore because there was just so much firepower.
And with light tanks, you could redeploy pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And it was smart to keep all these guys together so you can assault. It took you 2 turns of assaulting to kill everything. But I rolled really poorly with my counterattack rolls and morale, so
Yeah.
I could have gone a little bit further, could have had a little bit more luck there, but the dice just weren't with me there. But anyway, that was a good battle. I had a good time. So there you go, folks. That is Flames of War version 4, Early War. We plan to have some more of these games coming up soon. I know a lot of people have been clamoring for more video battle reports, so we're going to do our best to get those out. Again, we're not a dedicated Flames of War channel, so we're not always going to be playing Flames of War. But we know you guys like them, and we listen to you guys, so we're definitely going to be making more. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe, give us a like, let us know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and keep on wargaming.